It's 5:30 a.m. on a Sunday morning today, and the reason I'm up so early is because today is cheat day. Well, not the entire reason that I'm up early, but my elder brother is in town to visit, and we do have some plans of going out to some nice places to eat, have some good food, enjoy life because today's cheat day, no restrictions whatsoever. I'm gonna have fun with all food that I eat today. But the reason I'm up so early is because we are going out later in the day. So before that, I want to get in a quick workout. Today's chest and triceps, so didn't really want to skip that. But one thing that I did want to mention is why I'm insisting on getting a workout done on cheat day. It's not something to compensate out of guilt. It's not like I'm proving to myself that I have to earn this cheat meal because let's say I didn't have access to a gym today, no cardio whatsoever, I still am pretty confident in my approach that I have earned this cheat meal because I know that for the last 30 days, I've been locked in with my diet, counted every single calorie, and just stayed on point with everything. But yeah, uh, and also, I really enjoy getting a workout done. So that's another reason you don't really need an explanation to fit in chest day on your cheat day. So it'll be fun. But yeah, we'll get a workout done. And in this entire day, you'll see a very different side, the foodie side that's forced to stay hidden for like a month straight. So let's do it. I think someone probably knew that we were coming to work out in the morning at 5:30 a.m. So they left exactly the dumbbells that we needed for our warm-up set right next to the bench. How kind. Sure. Main reason I insist on doing any sort of warm-up on lighter weights is because I get to focus on very little and like great detail of form. Not saying that with normal working weight, I don't focus on the form at all. Of course, that's still the number one priority. But with lighter weights, you just have so much more control, and the weight is just fully in your control, and you're not gonna really struggle on any rep. So just focusing on the form, tempo, and controlling the negative for as long as you want to get the deepest stretch in the muscle. Those things are possible, and I believe that's a good way to warm up the muscle before taking it to the main working set. So this gym doesn't really have the rope attachment or a proper tricep push down. So instead, what I do is I just sort of grab this cable attachment across arm and I just pull it down like this. Usually, I try and stay very consistent with the kind of exercises that I do and make progress on that. But whenever I get to try different exercises like these, I don't complain. I mean, it's fun and it always teaches me something new to learn. So it teaches me how to adjust to a different gym. So but one really important thing that I did want to discuss with you, it's kind of serious, that why I'm happy or excited or even looking forward to cheat days sometimes is because so my original frequency of cheat days was once a week, but then I cut it down to once a month eventually. And now I'm really happy with the kind of approach that I'm taking, feeling very confident about it. But yeah, the way I look forward to cheat days is not because, okay, for the last 30 days, I've been eating the exact same meals, the exact same food over and over. and like I hate my existence or I hate life or something and I really need a break. That's not it at all. It's just that the way I've started approaching cheat days is that this is kind of a milestone achievement for me, if that makes sense. Because when this day comes, I can be really confident that, okay, my last cheat day was about a month ago. And for the last 30 days, I've stayed very consistent with my training routine. I've been locked in with my diet, tracked every single calorie that's gone inside of me, basically. So yeah, this is kind of a reward for me. Not that I need to prove myself or kind of earn it, but still, it's just something that I like to work up to. Because let's say normal routine day, I'm having my meal of sweet potatoes, which is not the most appetizing or the most delicious meal. But still, let's say I crave pizza during that meal. I know that I can tell myself that, okay, not yet. There's still a few days to build up to that. And it's just to gain a little bit of momentum because when you've gone 30 days straight with following your diet exactly how you wanted, exactly how you planned, when this one day comes, you know that you can enjoy yourself without any guilt whatsoever. And that one day against those 30 days is so small in perspective that you know you're not going to lose any momentum or even getting back to the normal routine after an entire cheat day is not going to be a problem. So at least that's how I'm approaching it right now. I love this approach. I have no complaints about it whatsoever, and I'm perfectly happy with the results. So yeah, we're done with the workout, and now on to some good food. Okay, so before we actually leave to enjoy any of the food, a little overview of how the cheat day approach is going to look like. So, what I usually do is to make my cheat days as satisfying as possible, is that I try and include foods that are not a part of my usual diet. For example, if I look at my entire day of eating, cheese is something that's just not there. Nothing bad in cheese, but it's just not a part of my diet because I've stuck to this consistent nutrition now, and I'm very happy with that. So, yeah, on the random days, cheese is something that I really crave. I've kind of stopped craving outside food. Like, I don't have any feelings like, oh, a pizza, a burger. I just haven't had it in a long time. So I really want to have that. Nothing like that. But I'm just going to try and include foods that I don't get and I just generally like. So cheese could be a big part of the day today. Something like chocolate, obviously, because I just love chocolate. But another thing that I'm going to have in the back of my mind on this cheat day, a very important thing that's often kind of overlooked and makes people fall into guilt of it, is limits. And I'm not talking about any kind of food restrictions because obviously it's a cheat day. Restricting yourself to any kind of foods just wouldn't make sense. It takes away the entire meaning of a cheat day. But what I'm getting at is, let's say, example case scenario, let's say my total daily caloric intake according to my physique goals was 2000. And if I'm going out on a cheat day consuming something like 4,500, 5,000, I mean, you get what I'm saying. It's highly unlikely to stuff your body with that massive amount of food, but maybe it could happen if you just have no boundaries in your mind whatsoever. So, yeah, a rough ballpark of calories. If you saw the full day of eating, you would know that the total caloric intake is looking at something like 2,900 to 3,000. So, maybe an upper limit of like 4,500, 4,000. Obviously, not going to touch that number. That's way too much food. But yeah, just a rough ballpark. And this is actually one of the biggest reasons I love calorie tracking so much. And I'm so glad I got into it exactly for moments like this because it just gives you that little bit of sense and knowledge as to what is in food. Of course, there's no way of looking at something and just accurately knowing the number magically. I mean, you're not a calorie tracker app or anything, but still, you have like that rough ballpark number in your mind because you know that what kind of ingredients have gone into these. And if those are something that are part of your diet, usually you know how many calories are in it, what's the fat content. You probably, of course, know that something that's very loaded with cheese is going to be way high in fats. If you have something like a pasta or pizza, there's going to be a lot of carbs in it. But one important thing that I did do before any of this is protein. Simply because on cheat days, the kind of foods that we crave, there's not going to be a lot of protein in it. Maybe some if you're a non vegetarian, but still, it's probably not going to be nowhere near your daily required protein intake. So, that is one thing to absolutely take care of. So, before even stepping out of house to enjoy some food, one thing that I'll do is have some protein. What I did today is I took a very reduced quantity of oats. Usually I take this big bowl of oats in my normal day of eating, but today it was like probably one fourth of that, like less than half of that. And then I scooped protein in it to make sure that before I'm going out, I'm at least set on some percentage of my protein intake. And maybe later in the day, I might snack on a couple of protein bars. I never do that usually, but just that cheat day is a bit of an exceptional case, and I really want to take care of my protein intake on this day. So, yeah, those are the only things that I'm going to keep in my mind. That's it. And the rest of the day, just about enjoying stress free, no worrying about results or anything, no guilt. If I absolutely had to pick out on one other thing that I'm kind of worried about, not worried, but it's just my mind keeps going there. It's very tempting to think about it, is the weight. So last cheat day, which was last month, I observed this really funny thing. I was expecting to see like an increased, a spiked number the next day on the weighing scale, but what happened is the number actually dipped down somehow. But that's probably because I walked a lot of steps on that day, because last time when it was cheat day, I was out traveling with my friends on a trip. So exploring the city, walking a lot, that probably burned a lot of calories. But yeah, just tiny bit worried about how the weight fluctuation is going to be tomorrow. Of course, daily fluctuations hold no value. It's the weekly average that we're slowly trying to rise up, trying to build up. But yeah, just curious to see how the weight fluctuates tomorrow, because whatever number it is, you kind of want to still keep that weekly average maintained. But tomorrow, if the number, let's say, dips a lot or increases a lot, I just don't want to be freaked out by that number. I'm not going to worry about it, but it's just something that's in the back of my mind.
Bricks, Duck, one mac and cheese, duck, and I'll have Italian grilled chicken sandwich. Chicken sandwich. Perfect. Anything else I can get you guys right now? All good. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Okay, so we're back for a little afternoon rest right now. And then we're not done as of yet. In the evening, there's still going to be another meal, probably something light like sushi. But right now, I just got back from the convenience store and I picked a bunch of stuff that's to satisfy the world's most random cravings that I'm having today. Let me show you what I got though. I have this packet of instant ramen that I'm going to eat. I don't know why I'm craving that. And I also got myself a Coke Zero and then a pack of just some Oreo cookies that I wanted to eat. But yeah, I'm going to make this right now, enjoy it slowly, just watch some TV. And then in the evening, something like sushi. But there is one kind of bittersweet news that I want to give to you. Nothing to worry about, but see what I think is happening is that my appetite towards outside food is just gradually reducing naturally, if that makes sense. Like, so in the morning, I had this one side of onion rings and mac and cheese. It was still decent quantity. But what happened is that the last few bites just felt that little bit forced and it didn't seem as exciting. I still enjoyed it though. But yeah, I think that's what happens when you stick to the nutrient dense, healthy foods for long term. And then when you actually expose yourself to this hyper palatable foods, it doesn't sit very well with you. But that's fine, not taking it as a bad sign. It's actually a good sign that the body has adapted and taken to the right kind of foods. But, anyways, we'll still enjoy whatever we can. Okay, so yeah, the sushi thing absolutely did not happen. We still did go outside at night for dinner, but I just couldn't eat much. I just had some mochi ice cream because I just never had it, was curious to try. Quantity was very little, so I was like, okay, it's worth it. But I also didn't want to end the video with some random food clips because now comes by far the most important part of the video, the most difficult, and which is why the most important part of any cheat day, and which is the mindset shift. Because from tomorrow, we go back to routine, to the same meals, to the same food, to the same training. And am I sad about going back to routine from tomorrow? Am I depressed? Not at all. Because remember, it isn't punishment, it's a privilege to be able to take care of your body like that with this kind of routine. So, yeah, starting tomorrow, the same usual stuff. But yes, I had a lot of fun today. Hopefully, you did too. I don't know, maybe if it was your cheat day, let me know what your cheat days look like. We could talk about it sometime. See you.